Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the FauxShow. Today is Wednesday, September 5th. My name is Angela.
And my name is Chris.
And as most of you know, the FauxShow is not a real show. It is a social... I was waiting...
All right.
I was waiting for you to interject something. Okay, as most of you know, the FauxShow is not a real show. It is a social experience because I don't look at you. I look at the chat much I have here on my iPad.
I got a full screen on my screen.
It's over there on a monitor where we can see ourselves.
Yeah.
And it's on my monitor here. And then we also have it.
All of that is irrelevant because it is contained within the best lower third on the internet. That one, which is presented right there. We have taken the jblive.tv chat room, which is live Wednesday evenings over at jupiterbroadcasting.com/live, and then condensed it right into our lower third.
Wow, look at this. Best lower third. Do you see that?
That was a good one.
There?
Yeah, no, I really like that one.
I like that too.
Yeah,
Thank you, lower third.
That was quite good. Yeah.
You guys are hilarious. Okay,
so,
well.
Tonight, we decided to do a risky topic. Every now and then
It's not risky.
No?
Everybody does it at least 14 times a day.
Really?
Mm-hmm, on average.
Didn't know that.
Huh. Okay, well, anyway, so I have a variety of videos and soundboards and a story or two, if he'll let me, and then a couple other things that all has to do with farts.
And then at the end of the show, we're going to get to the mail sack, and we're going to cover some of your feedback regarding our top children's movies for adults that we did last week. Kids' movies for adults.
Yes.
A lot of people had their own movies they were really surprised we didn't mention. I got to agree with a few of them. We're going to address some of that. And we'll also show you the poll results.
Yep. All right. Well, so the first thing I want to tell you about farts is that the English word fart is one of the oldest words in the English vocabulary.
Oh, well, that's nice.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Well, we've been doing it for a while.
That's from Wikipedia. You know, yeah, like everybody poops.
Yeah.
Everybody farts.
Okay.
That's just how it is. Okay. All right. What is my first link here?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, so there's this lady, woman, gal. You guys might be like, oh, there she is.
Okay.
And
I'm with you so far.
There's famous cleavage there.
Okay. I see it.
In my face.
For audio listeners, Angela was having some green screen fun.
Anyway, she had raunchy farts that literally made her brother sick, and he said you should can and sell that.
Oh, come on, Ange.
So she jarred it, and this is one link, and then I have another one. I'm not going to show the secret sauce. I've got to go over here and click on the other. By the way, all the links are available on jupiterbroadcasting.com. Find this show and scroll down. All right, so she sells them now on eBay for $50 each. Yeah.
That's no good.
Right? Yeah. She found she did research on the best ways to fart in a container, because apparently there are studies on things like this. And she has established a way to capture a pure fart with 100% potency lasting about 2 weeks, which I find kind of BS. There's no way. 100% potency. Really?
I gotta imagine she has to have something hooked up to her butt to capture it. Right? To do this, wouldn't you need to have like some sort of capture system with a hose that would then go to like some sort of top of the jar?
Oh my goodness.
Right?
Right?
In order to capture all of it.
Yeah. And you know what?
I mean, so she's got to plan that fart.
We're not going to cover all the facts about farts, but one thing that just popped into my head is that when you pinch it and keep it in, it doesn't get absorbed or dissipate or leak out slowly. It just goes back in to come out another time. So you're not missing it. If you had a great one like that, it'll come back. Okay, so let's see what we have next. I think
I can't believe so people actually pay for that on eBay, huh?
I guess so.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I like the little ribbon she puts on it. I didn't start. Oh, okay, I did. 20 seconds.
Do you want me to play this?
No, not yet. So this is kind of a funny picture for all you pet lovers.
Oh boy, dog farts.
This person said, so she farts and then gives me this look. I really thought I was going to die laughing. And I totally would too. That is hilarious.
You know, we've had pets, and holy crap, can those things stink up a room?
Really?
You know, like...
Or the stairway.
Yeah.
like the trailing farts on the way up the stairs.
Pop, 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 all the way up each step. Yep. All right, you ready for my video?
Yes. Yep. All right. So here's a nice little montage for y'all.
Well, I like farts. Yes, I like farts. I like long farts, short farts, wet farts, your farts. I like farts.
This is gonna get us pulled off YouTube.
Is it really?
Probably.
Oh, well then pause it. Oh man.
See, there's
so
the contraption.
funny,
There's the contraption.
No. My farts.
You ever tried to do that in public?
No.
You ever tried? You've ever been like, so how you doing, Larry? It's really good to see you today. I didn't really think you'd be walking in my office so soon. You know, that kind of stuff.
No.
Oh.
Nope.
Neither have I.
But he does it later. He coughs. Oh, there.
Oh yeah. I've done that like at school. Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's kind of the. Oh jeez. Okay, so I've had enough of that, but you want me to keep? Well, I don't want us to get pulled down.
I know, I don't want to be pulled down either.
This is YouTube. Here, I'll jump ahead. We'll look at another. Boy,
Okay.
The Family Guy just really loves farts.
I know. All right, well, so here's...
Crash in the chat room says, I usually disguise it.
I like this. Do this one real quick.
What the hell was that?
What the hell was that?
I have it free. Can you push?
All right.
Okay, so here's a couple facts about farts that you should know about.
All right, I'm ready for some fart facts.
Okay, the sounds are produced by vibrations of the anal opening.
Whoa.
Sounds depend on the velocity of expulsion of the gas and the tightness of the sphincter muscles of the anus. Contrary to popular misconception, fart noise is not, I repeat, it's not generated by the flapping of the butt cheeks.
Didn't know that. Really? It's not?
Yeah. Nope. And beans, the reason why beans make you fart is because they contain a sugar that humans cannot digest. I totally turned towards you.
That one's called bean dipping too.
So this is our fart soundboard, and he did bean dip, and that's when I kind of turned. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a link to that in the show notes if you know someone, not you, maybe a friend that wants this. You could, yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, okay. Then also, doctors agree. Oh, wait, nope. I already told you this, that farts are neither, that are not released, they're not absorbed, they migrate back upward into the intestines and then come out later.
So they don't turn into burps either. They just become farts later. Mm-hmm. I heard that people fart during the day, they don't even realize they're farting.
Yeah?
Is that true? Did you see that?
Yeah, that happens. Well, and dead people fart. Yeah. Yeah. I know, right? Okay. Why do silent ones always smell worse? I'm not sure that's true, actually.
Think so.
No. But all right,
they're just sneakier.
I'm gonna read this story. Everybody get your popcorn. Seriously, it'll be really funny.
All right. Let's everybody get comfortable. It's story time with Ange. Everybody just
And really, after reading this, I just might do like story time with Ange next time. No, next time is awards. But wouldn't that be cool if I grab Dylan's favorite bedtime reading books?
Before you read that and you turn it and everybody tunes out, I want to mention
everybody won't tune out. I promise.
Okay, I want to mention something that helped me get rid of my farts, and this is serious. So you know, doing the paleo stuff and just in general dairy, I'm not big on it. And the thing about me is, you know, I got S to do. You know, I got stuff I got to do. So in the mornings, like if I got to run off to a client or I got a show early, like Coda Radio, I tend to like to have a breakfast drink. So I bought a pack of breakfast drinks on Amazon. But they all had whey protein in them. Well, that, I got to tell you.
I know, because this guy, you know what he does? He buys in bulk and then they don't work.
Yeah, and it gave me an upset stomach. But then I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast, and he recommended this hemp force stuff that his company's involved with. And it is a hemp protein shake, and I know it sounds crazy, but it's got some cocoa in there, and it's got hemp hearts, no GMO, no gluten, no dairy, no soy, and no sugar, and it's got omega-3 and 6 fatty acids, and hemp is really awesome. Anyways, I was kind of skeptical. In fact, I wasn't even going to mention it on air, but I ended up getting it, and boy, do I like it. And I went with this guy's recipe in the comments here, and I put a banana in there, and I went with hemp milk instead of almond milk, and some almond butter. And that makes a crazy good breakfast. And it's like one of those breakfasts that I have afterwards. No, it does. And it tastes good. And on top of that, like, I actually feel satisfied. Like, you know that, oh, man, nice. Like, it's, anyways.
Yep, I know that one.
If you want something that is kind of breakfasty in the mornings and you have problems with dairy, I really wanted to recommend this stuff. It's a little expensive, though, but we'll put a link in the show notes. Okay,
so Jukesman, because this is a social experience and I read the chat room the whole time because I'm not looking at you, he says, how do you milk hemp? Well, hemp has a berry, which is actually, a seed. They call it hemp seed, but it's actually a berry. And you can squash it and get milk out of it. And yeah, and that's what our kids drink. Our kids we do not drink cow milk in this house. We drink hemp milk.
It's actually pretty good, too.
It's Bronwyn.
It's anyways, sorry to talk about that.
But Bronwyn, this is so up your alley. We're talking about farts.
That's very true. So after I had that, I went from, like, I would drink one of those whey protein based shakes or a dairy based shake, and I'd be like, it'd just be off, and I'd be all like, and then it'd be like,
and then he'd wake up,
and I'd be all like, but now,
where's that long one? Because that was funny.
Yeah,
and then he'd be like this in the morning when he woke up, and I'd be like, I'm trying to sleep.
Come on now.
Mudslide.
Now, anyways, so the hemp stuff though has been awesome. I've only gone through like one jar of it so far, but
yeah, and I haven't tried it, so I can't tell you my honest opinion of it. But I might in a future.
It's a little thick. It's got because it has hemp hearts in it.
Yeah,
but you throw it in a blender.
Literally,
and it's fine.
Yeah. You can buy hemp hearts at Costco right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so I'm going to start this story.
Story time with Ange.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh, it's a little hard to read.
Yeah.
You can plus that up. Yeah. No, the other button. That one. Yep. There you go.
Oh, sweet.
All right. Okay. So do you want it on that screen?
No.
Do people see
No.
it? Oh, so it's going to be on your face the whole time?
Yeah, you can put it on my face.
All right. There you go. Story time, Ange.
Okay. Here's story time. Like everything in life, farts have a time and place. However, I never realized that in the wrong place and time, flatulence had enough power to alter my course in history. Well, it can if it's the third date with the man of your dreams, and if it makes his eyes burn. If God destined us to be together, I was one SBD away from foiling his plans. That's silent but deadly for you prudes. It was about 5 years ago. I was trying to lose a few pounds, so I was staying away from carbs. That's when I met my husband, Rob. On our first date, he booked the next 2. He liked me, I liked him. Things were looking really good. He picked me up in a Cobra Mustang, and his pathetic attempt to win me over with a car totally worked. I'm not shallow, but since I spent most of my 20s picking men up because I didn't want my hair to frizz in their non-air conditioned jalopies. Is that right? On 3 wheels and a 15-year-old spare, I welcomed his fancy sports car with open arms. We arrived at the restaurant and Rob was ordering food I hadn't allowed myself to eat in years. I didn't want to be that girl, so I ate, drank, and oh, was I merry. Later, we shopped a bit. Rob surprised me by buying an expensive pair of shoes that he caught me eyeing. Was this love? That's when it happened. Gas strikes in 2 different ways. Uncontrollable toots or sharp shooting pains that feel a lot like dying. I thought I was dying. Not to make a scene, I told Rob I suddenly wasn't feeling well and probably needed to head home. On the way home in his Cobra, he tried to hold my hand and ask me lots of questions, but I wasn't having any of it. The pain was so bad, I felt like I was being stabbed with a bunch of tiny forks. Then I realized, my God, help me. I have a horrendous fart on deck. I'm in trouble. Big trouble. You can put it on this screen for a second if you want. The more I held it in, the more pain would shoot through my stomach and down my legs. I was even having to raise myself off my seat, gripping onto my door on the dashboard. Seriously, you need to hurry. I'm in a lot of pain, I managed to say through gritted teeth. Wow, is it that bad? What's wrong? Do I need to take you to the hospital? How do you tell the man you just started dating that the reason you're writhing in pain is because you have to fart? Well, you can either tell him or, like me, let the fart speak for itself. People hear me. There was nothing I could do. As impressive as I am with sphincter control, this was out of my hands. Slowly it eked out. The more I tried to stop it, the more it forced its way through the door. However, to my pleasant surprise, there was no sound. I sat silently, sweat accumulating above my upper lip. Okay, maybe I got away with it. Maybe I'm home free. Then it hit me. Not an idea, a cloud. A horrific fart cloud. Not in a, am I smelling something sort of way? More like a, is someone dead and rotting in your trunk and I'm in hell sort of way? Suddenly, I panicked. Roll down the windows, I screamed. Yes, I literally screamed it like I was in a horror movie. What? Why? Rob asked, starting to freak out because I was freaking out. I can't roll down the windows. Unlock it, unlock it. What's going on? Rob yells back to me. Why are you? Then it hit him. I could see it in his eyes. Was it surprise? Horror? Water started to accumulate at the base of his eyelids. Oh my God, I can taste it, he screamed.
Oh.
Roll down the windows, as I screamed. The toot started to flood out uncontrollably. I scratched and clawed at the window like I was being kidnapped. Rob, unable to see either by fart cloud or panic, kept turning on the windshield wipers instead of unlocking the window. It was chaos. We were acting like we were under siege by gunfire. Well, we were under siege all right, just not by gunfire. Finally, he was able to hit the right control and he rolled the windows down. We both gulped in fresh air. I was horrified, yet happy to be alive. Then I remembered I just farted on the man in my dreams, then sort of wished I was dead.
I hope that was some good food.
We sat silently for the rest of the way home. Although the shooting pains had subsided, I now desperately needed to use the bathroom in an urgent, explosive kind of way. He pulled up to my apartment, and before he could come to a stop, I had already jumped out. Okay, thanks for dinner. Sorry about the fart. Love the shoes. And ran into my apartment like I was running from the cops. I burst through my door and ran straight for the bathroom, where I was finally able to unleash and make noises that no one should ever, ever hear coming from another person. Then I heard it. Rob's voice. Right outside my bathroom door. Anna? You left your shoes in my car and your front door is open. Where do you want me to put them? Get away from the door! I screamed like Reagan from The Exorcist. Okay, I'm sorry. Are you okay? Toot, toot, splat, ungodly noise. I'm fine, Rob. Just leave the shoes there. I'll call you later, okay? Okay, are you sure you're... I'm fine. Get away from the door. This man, I mean, I love him, but take a freaking hint. Finally, I heard the front door shut and the Cobra engine zoom away. I thought that was the last I'd heard from him. I didn't think it was possible to ever see a man again after he screams he can taste your fart after only knowing you for 48 hours. But to my surprise, I did. And a couple days later, actually, now we're married and he's lying on the couch while I type this. It was the rack that saved you. Or it was your rack that saved you. He just lovingly reminded me. Well, thank you, boobs. You saved us. You saved our destiny.
Wow.
So I wasn't able to read the chat room during that. It wasn't quite a social experience, but I didn't want to lose my mojo.
You were good. You were good. You did good.
I thought I did too. All right. So,
I have another video I could play. Do you want me to play
yay!
this?
I see. And also, Angela, great storytelling. I got to roll on the floor, laugh my ass off.
We haven't.
Okay.
There's a whole aspect of farting we haven't covered, and I feel like this is a somewhat, at least to the internet, it's important aspect. Should I play this? Okay, here we go. Oh!
You do it in slow-mo. Okay, that's all.
So that's a real thing. That's a real
Yep.
thing. You can light your farts.
That whole video is an America's Funniest Videos compilation of people farting on people, like while they're sleeping.
No, don't ever do that.
I know. I know, right? Seriously.
Wow.
Yeah, I've never tried to light my farts.
Don't do that either.
You know, and I didn't find the one. There's one where a girl is trying to light her farts and she catches on fire and her friends are all
That guy looks like Mitt Romney.
patting her down. What did he do before politicians? Or
Lit his
before...
farts on fire.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
That's how you get pink eye.
Yeah, well, that's how you burn all your butt hair. Well, not
Yeah.
really. Not
well,
really
if
so
you
much
wear
of a
pants,
concern
it's
for
not
you.
so bad.
Not so much of a concern for the lady, I suppose. So if anybody's gonna do it around here, it's you.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got next? I want to get to the mail sack soon.
Okay, well, we're getting there. I think the only other thing... well, there's this. So this is similar to what I was just talking about. This girl took a gamble on a fart and lost. So basically, she thought all she had to do was fart, but she ended up crapping herself
Oh, yeah.
on a date. And so the guy posted on Craigslist that... You know, hey, I had a good time. I want to see you again. I hope you're not too embarrassed. And then he says in the PS, if you shat yourself on purpose to end the evening early, touche.
Nice.
But like, he was really nice.
Who gets in touch with somebody over Craigslist like that, though?
Well, I know, right? I don't know. He sent her a thing of Pepto the next day with a note that said, first dates are always a crapshoot. Call me.
Oh, that's...
It was meant to be funny, not offensive.
I don't know. That's
I
kind
know,
of
right?
like, hey, remember how you know, it's kind of
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
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 Yeah. No, it's a little not classy, let's say.
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I do have one more story.
Oh,
what is your verdict?
Is it about the same length? Chat room, what do you
Yeah.
say? Do you want to read another story, or do you want? It's up to the chat room. I'll
All
say
right, chat room, say yes or no, please.
yay or nay. You just gotta
Yeah.
vote in while we think about it, because you never know. You never know. More story. All right. Okay, there you go. All right, there you go. The chat room is voting now. Can I show this one?
Yeah, it's fine.
You sure? All right.
That's fine. It's
Ready
not
when-
it's not as pretty as the other one, but
Ready when you are.
all right. Okay. All in all, it hadn't been a good day. Bad traffic, a malfunctioning computer, incompetent coworkers, and a sore back all made me a seething cauldron of rage. But more importantly for the story, it had been over 48 hours since I'd last taken a dump. I'd tried to jumpstart the process, beginning my day with a bowl of bowel-cleansing fiber cereal, following it with 6 cups of coffee at work, and adding a bean-laden lunch at Taco Bell.
Whoa.
Yeah, right, I know. You don't even have to
Ouch.
eat beans at Taco Bell to get your stuff going, really, seriously. As I was returning home from work, my insides let me know with subtle rumbles and the emission of an occasional tiny fart that big things would happen soon.
It's a coming.
Alas, I had to stop at the mall to pick up an order for my fiance. I completed this task, and as I was walking past the stores on my way back to the car, I noticed a large sale sign proclaiming, "Everything must go." This was prophetic, for my colon informed me with a sudden violent cramp and a wet, squeaky fart that everything was indeed about to go.
This guy is playing with fire.
Yeah. I hurried to the mall bathrooms. I surveyed the 5 stalls, which I have numbered 0 through 4. He writes a lot of software. For your convenience. 0 was occupied. Number 1 was clean, but bathroom protocol forbids its use as it's next to the occupied one.
Good man.
Well, and the thing is, number 1 shouldn't be used because it's the most used. It's the first one, easiest access, so most germs, etc.
But if everybody goes by that logic, it's the least used. Bathroom paradox.
Dun dun dun.
Bum, bum, bum.
Where's our? So we need a fart soundboard for that. There. That was a good one.
Thanks.
Okay. All right. Number 2 had poo on the seat. Number 3 had poo and toilet paper in the bowl, and unidentifiable liquid splattered on the seat.
Oh.
Number 4 had no toilet paper, no stall door, unidentifiable sticky object near the base of the toilet.
No thanks.
Clearly, it had to be stall number 1. I trudged back, entered, dropped trow, and sat down.
Yikes.
I'm normally a fairly shameful shitter. I wasn't happy about being next to an occupied stall, but big things were afoot. I was just getting ready to bear down when all of a sudden the sweet sounds of Beethoven came from the next door, followed by a fumbling and then the sound of a voice answering the ringing phone. As usual for cell phone conversation, the voice was exactly 8 decibels louder than it needed to be. Out of shameful habit, my sphincter slammed shut. The inane conversation went on and on. Mr. Shitter was blathering to Mrs. Shitter about the shitty day he had. I sat there, cramping and miserable, waiting for him to finish. As the loud conversation dragged on, I became angry and angrier that I, too, had a crappy day, but I was too polite to yak about it in public. My bowels let me know in no uncertain terms that if I didn't get crapping soon, my day would be getting even crappier. Finally, my anger reached the point that overcame shamefulness. I no longer cared. I gripped the toilet paper holder with one hand, braced my other hand against the side of the stall, and pushed with all my might. I was rewarded with a fart of colossal magnitude, a cross between the sound of someone ripping a wet bedsheet in half and of plywood being torn off the wall. The sound gradually transitioned into a heavily modulated low RPM tone, not unlike someone firing up a Harley. I managed to hit the resonance frequency of the stall, and it shook gently. Once my ass cheeks stopped flapping in the breeze, which we all know from earlier, that's not your ass cheeks that make the sound.
That's right.
Right? Let's see. 3 things became apparent. 1, the next door conversation had ceased. 2, my colon's continued seizing indicated that there was more to come. And the bathroom was now beset by horrible eldritch stench. It was as if the gateway to hell had been opened. The foul miasma, I don't know that word. Anyway, quickly made its way underneath the stall and began choking my poop mate. This initial herald fart had ended his conversation in mid-sentence. "Oh my God," I heard him utter, following it with suppressed sounds of choking, and then, "No, baby, that wasn't me," cough, gag. "You could hear that?" Gag. Now there was no stopping me. I pushed for all I was worth. I could swear that in the resulting, I don't know that word either, anyway, of rips, squirts, splashes, poots, and blasts, I was actually lifted slightly off the pot. The amount of stuff in me was incredible. It sprayed against the bowl with tremendous force. Later, in surveying the damage, I'd see that liquid poop had actually managed to ricochet out of the bowl and run down the side onto the floor. But
Yuck.
But for now, all I could do was hang on for the ride. Next door, I could hear him fumbling with a paper dispenser as he desperately tried to finish his task. Little snatches of conversation made themselves heard over my anal symphony. Gotta go. Horrible. Throw up in my mouth. Not make it. Tell the kids. Love them. Oh, God. Followed by more sounds of suppressed gagging and retching. Alas, it is evidently difficult to hold one's phone and wipe one's bum at the same time. Just as my high-pressure abuse of the toilet was winding down, I heard a plop and a splash from next door, followed by a string of swear words and gags. My poop mate had dropped his phone in the toilet. There was a lull in my production, and the restroom became deathly quiet. I could envision him standing there, wondering what to do. A final anal announcement came trumpeting from my behind. Small chunks plopping noisily into the water. That must have been the last straw. I heard a flush, a fumbling with the lock, and then the stall door was thrown open. I heard him running out of the bathroom, slamming the door behind him. Almost done here. After a considerable amount of paperwork, I got up and surveyed the damage.
Paperwork.
I know, right? I felt bad for the janitor who'd be forced to deal with this, but I knew that flushing was not an option. No toilet in the world could handle this unholy mess. Flushing would only lead to a floor flooded with filth. As I left, I glanced into the next door stall. Nothing remained in the bowl. He had flushed his phone, or had he flushed his phone, or had he plucked it out and left the bathroom with nasty, unwashed hands? The world will never know. I exited the bathroom, momentarily proud and shameless, looking around for a face glaring at me. But I saw no one. I suspect that somehow my supernatural elimination has managed to transfer my shamefulness to my anonymous poop mate. I think it's a long time before he can bring himself to poop in public, and I doubt he'll ever again answer his phone on the loo. And this, my friends, is why you should never talk on your phone in the bathroom.
Wow. There you go. Yeah, I don't like the phone on the bathroom thing either.
Me asthma. Okay.
Although, I remember when we were dating early on, you would like...
Whoa! What?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
What are you talking about?
Well, you and your sister would just be all like... working in the bathroom, when you could be on the toilet, when you could be on the phone.
Oh, yeah. I'm so not a private pooper. I don't mind.
Should we get to the mail sack?
I have kids. I have to have the door open.
Mail sack?
Yeah, let's do the mail sack.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to contact the Faux Show, there's a few ways that I'm buying time while you get the graphic up.
All right.
There's a few ways you could get a hold of us. First of all, do we have Faux Show at Jupiter Angela at JupiterBroadcasting.com is one great way to get directly onto the Faux Show. But often if you leave general comments or some of the other mailboxes, we're always trolling all of those. And if we see one that we think might have more general, wider audience appeal, we'll pull it into the show. Now, this week, we're going to do something a little different for the mail sack. But, Andrew, are you ready?
Yeah.
For the Jupiter
Whoa, secret sauce.
Yeah. All right, so what do we got in the mail sack this week?
I don't know.
Well, last week...
Okay, yes. Do you have the pull up? No?
No, I can get the pull up.
No,
though.
I've got the pull up.
Good job. So you got to vote first to get the results. But last week we asked people, what is the best kids movie for adults? I think we should do the poll last. I think we should do people's comments first.
Oh, okay. All right, so I've pulled up comments from YouTube and Jupiter Broadcasting.
All right, let's go Jupiter Broadcasting first. All right,
so here's what our album art looked like. Mm-hmm. Isn't that awesome? And you scroll down. This is our website.
That's the show notes. Aren't those awesome?
Yep. And we have 8 comments. Rob Loach.
Up.
He's a former donator. I mean, like, he's donated to us before, and he's contributed, actually, I think a lot more than that, but I can't remember what. We've got M. Hazel on here. Let's see. We didn't include Up, and I think mainly because it seemed more of a sad story to me.
Well, and also our version of Up has a bad audio track, so we don't ever watch it.
Oh, yeah. It has a piercing loud noise when you first start. I deleted it because I was like, I'm not going to accidentally do that again. After 5 times, you think you'd learn? Okay. All right. I've heard that Disney Pixar always finds a way to fit something adultish into kids' movies that they make. Yeah. So
Up was sent in by a few people, actually. Mm-hmm. Also, The Secret of NIMH. We got that a few times.
And you know what I found? So Fox and the Hound was mentioned. Old Muppet Shows, Nightmare Before Christmas, Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. The thing is, like, there's a lot of movies that we watched that our generation, like in the 80s, that were made in the 60s that our kids aren't watching. And that was kind of like the precursor to the show. It shows that we as parents have been forced to watch, kind of.
They're not like interested in them as much.
Yeah,
like
not
we
at
have
all.
to
Like,
get them to.
I mean, he's watched The Brave Little Toaster, which is a good one.
I think they were more when they were younger. They were more into them.
Yeah.
Like maybe when we showed them more advanced computer generated graphics cartoons, they're like, I don't want that old stuff.
Well,
anymore.
and you know what else is? All those old movies have the ridiculously long intros.
Yeah,
Cinderella,
they lose them.
Peter Pan.
Yeah, and then they're all just text.
Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Like it's
even Dalmatians.
Yeah, 101 Dalmatians.
And it loses them.
Which apparently they're making a sequel for.
All right, so let's check the YouTube comments. Anyone
so YouTube comments.
All right, YouTube comments came in.
So here's our YouTube page. No.
Isn't it great?
Here's FauxShow on the YouTube. Only animated stuff. Yeah, Dylan does actually like some, like he likes Cats and Dogs and Spooky Buddies and We Sing. Okay, that is our generation. We Sing in Sillyville. We Sing Together. We Sing Grandpa's Magical Toys. Oh, my face. Hi. I was going to get in your frame because you're making this face, and I'm like, no. Okay.
All right.
Finding Nemo. Oh, no. Okay, yeah.
Lion King. We got a comment on there.
Right.
From, we should
Lion King has a WTF moment because, like, the dad dies by being trampled, and then he lays with him.
And suffers.
And it's so heart-wrenching. Like,
they kill the crap out of the dad.
It's one thing to hear Bambi's mom being shot, hear it, but to see no. Yeah. I don't want my kids seeing that.
You should call out their names. People, give people a shout-out for commenting.
Novo...
it's going great. This is going great so far.
Pearkeel.
Oh, boy.
Says what? No cleavage?
Oh.
Okay.
Whatever, I got cleavage. Look.
Strategic Games, etc. said... I look over and you're feeling yourself. Okay. He says, no, Lion King, no. Let's see. A great animation movie you could watch with your kids is Flat World. They might be a bit young, but you will love it for sure, says Student of Linux.
Check that out.
Yep. Yeah, we will. Why are these all animated? Where's Harry Potter? Well, our kid's 3, so not quite into Harry Potter yet. That was Stace3610.
All right. Okay. All right. That's good. Thank you, everybody. Now, let's do the poll now.
Okay.
I just wanted to read a couple. We don't have to read them all.
Okay. Here's the poll.
So we asked folks to choose between Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, The Lorax, Tangled, Meet the Robinsons, Toy Story, Finding Nemo, Monsters, Inc., Wall-E, Fantastic Mr. Fox, or The Incredibles.
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs was my favorite.
All right.
All time.
Should I reveal the results? Here we go. Ange, what are they?
It is a tie between Toy Story and Wall-E. They both have 37 votes. So if you haven't voted...
You can.
Can I just link this right here?
Yeah, just link that. But I want you to scroll down and look at some of the stats, too.
So the link is, down there in the chat room. So here's all the countries.
That's cool.
That... in the world that voted.
And then if you plug
Look at this. We've got people everywhere.
I know, isn't that neat? All over the world.
Yep. And then we have, let's see. There we go. Here's, the most votes came from 18 to 24-year-olds. Rock on. And then 25 to 34-year-olds. We had 1 vote from a 45 to 54-year-old. And now, keep in mind that this was only from...
the ones that it knows.
People that offered this information or this additional information. Vote by gender. There have been 4 female votes, and I will have you know that I was half of those. Yes, I was 2 because I was forced to vote on this computer for a second time so that I could show this to you.
Ladies, you're not representing. We know you're out there.
Yep. So yeah, this green, that's me. For Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I know, right? Vote by browser was not optional. It took...
Chrome is the #1 browser, right?
Yep.
No, Firefox, right?
It is.
76, yeah.
Yep,
Firefox and Chrome neck and neck. Mm-hmm. All right, so there you go. Thank you, everyone, for voting. We'll actually have a link in the show notes if you want to vote again. Is there anything else we should cover in the that there? Mm-hmm. What you got? Linux, the #1 votes. The number
vote
one
by operating system.
How cool is that?
Linux was the #1 vote by operating system.
Wow.
Do you not want to show that?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's awesome.
There it is. iOS was 4 votes again. Oh wait, no, I think I was the Mac. Anyway.
Yeah, well, you voting from your phone?
Twice.
You voted?
No,
then
I was the Mac.
All right, cool. Thanks, everybody. Now, the awards show Do people still have time to get their submission of the award show in?
Yep, of course. Through Sunday, you can email Angela at jupiterbroadcasting.com. Tell us how you found us.
Yeah, like did something...
Tell us how you found Jupiter Broadcasting.
Something you Googled for. Did that catch your eye and draw you in, and then you liked that particular episode or show? What was the thing that brought you here, and what made you stay?
Or did you see me on 4chan? Because that's possible.
Are you on 4chan?
I was at one point.
That's awesome. That's great.
Right up there with Nixie Pixel.
Yay.
Or Nixie Pixel?
I don't know.
Anyway.
You can also watch us live Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Pacific. Which chat room, will you shout out what time zone that is in your area?
Yeah.
Over at jblive.tv for the video and jblive.info for the audio streams, including a 64-bit one for low bitrate connections.
And that's 8 p.m. Pacific time, which is our time. But the chat room is going to take over and say 10 p.m. Central, 11 p.m. Eastern. Boobies. I bet the audio people are like, what? 2300 East. Oh, okay.
Well, they
I already
can
did
read
that.
it. They can see it. All right.
Well, not if they're audio, sweetheart.
All right, darling.
You're always constantly telling me that audio people are going to be bored with all my pictures.
It's just because I want you to wrap it up.
All the time, boob time. With that, we will end this episode of the Faux Show. We will see you next week for an epic, ridiculously huge, like over 80 submissions. I don't even know what I'm going to do about it. Awards show. Don't forget, you can catch recent episodes of The Faux Show on
jupiterbroadcasting.com/Faux Show.
Also, get them on demand in the iTunes store. Search for Faux Show.